I have a couple of buddies that have been getting close to 60 or are at 60, and they're looking at this game for a more PvP look. They were confused as to how bolstering works, so I thought, I'll give it a shot and I'll show at least a bit of how bolstering works at levels as a fresh level 60. What items you should get first and why. So I'll show off. So right now these are my stats. Like I've got like no vengeance, no valor, or base. I have like 500 hit because I'm all in my PvE gear. And I do have a set of PvP gear here, but it's the freelancer gear, which is like the first tier.
Feel free to
Actually, over here, the first tier PvP gear you can get. So yeah, this is the first. I just don't have my weapons because I haven't gotten the favor of this character yet. But the thing is that when you're in a Warfront or in a Conquest, you get bolstered to at least freelancer level gear. So that is why. Oh, sorry. When I go into Conquest, I was already in there just testing out some stuff. You'll see my stats change. And everyone gets this across the board. Doesn't matter. Well, as long as you have crappier than freelancer gear equipped. So now you see my hits down to 75. Like no more. Just because it comes. I think it comes from. Actually, I don't know where my hits actually coming from now. But my gear is pretty much this gear, because now I have 800 something vengeance, 4,900 valor. So these gloves are, for all intents and purposes, these gloves. They're the exact same because they're the freelancer gloves, the most bottom gloves you can get for PvP. So if I just switch the gloves around, my stats don't move. So if you're getting a brand new level 60 character and you're in full green gear, you're actually going to have these stats. The only time it'll change is if I use these freelancer gloves here and I'll put a rune on them. I'll give them more endurance. If I equip these gloves now that have been runed, my endurance is going to go up by 21. So ruining your PvP gear is actually, even if you're just got the most basic PvP gear, making it sure that it is ruined will give you a slight stat advantage over a fresh like 60 in greens. But the thing is, even though my gloves here have, more spell crit, because they're not the PvP gear, they're getting overwritten by the crappy freelance gloves. Like they are the freelance gloves. But that's not where you want to throw your favor at to start with. That's just once you actually start getting these pieces of gear, you want to make sure they're ruined. The stuff you want to get first are your trinket, or your seal, your and I think your trinket would be the first things you want to get. The seal first for sure, because the seal itself here will not get bolstered, and so if I take it off, I lose my 80 something intelligence in my stats. Like it's just gone. And it doesn't affect my vengeance or valor because it doesn't get bolstered to the seal here. So if you're a PvPer and you're looking for PvP stuff, you're gonna want to get your seal. Your seal, you can find it under your PvP tab of the Rift store under accessories. It's gonna be the blue one here. I have mine upgraded one step because you can upgrade it one step without needing a rank requirement. The next step needs rank 70. So until you're at the higher ranks, you can just get this one first. Trinket gets a bit trickier because you'll need I was actually checking up on this in the. That's why I was in Conquest. The Conquest vendor here used to have a cheaper trinket you could get, but it doesn't exist anymore. At least not in this version of Conquest. Possibly still more Conquest may still have it. But for now, the way to get a PvP trinket is by getting notoriety with the Carthan Ridge faction, which is you get by running Carthan Ridge Warfront. So the more of this Warfront you run, the faster you're going to be able to get this trinket. After that, the thing you want to do as a fresh 60 character is make sure you have anything in your core. Like, I'll show you the difference. I still, again, here only have normal essences, not PvP ones. The PvP ones that are getting replaced in here are the freelancer ones. So if I go under essences here, there's two different ones, right? There's the set 8, which are the freelance ones, and the new ones that they added in. So right now, all my essences are getting replaced by these. So if I take off my core, like my vengeance and my valor goes down a lot. But if you're brand new and you have like a core here that's empty, you're not gonna get the bonuses. Like, I bought a bunch of random greens off the auction house earlier for like 2 platinum each. And if I throw them into my stats here, my vengeance and valor are gonna go up because these essences are getting replaced by the freelancer ones from the bolstering effect. So what you want to do as a fresh level 60, if you don't have great essences, or you don't want to throw money, like a lot of favor, because favor is a bit to get at the start, like you're gonna need a lot of it. The easiest way to get a full set of freelance essences, instead of dropping like the, like 700,000 favor you're gonna need, just buy a bunch of green things for like 2 platinum each and throw them into an essence thing. You're gonna get bolstered to what you should have. After that comes your what items you want to get. So first you're gonna probably go with the seal, then get your a core full of greens. Then comes the synergy crystal. Synergy crystal is going to come into effect, I think, with when you start getting freelancer marks. I don't believe you actually get the set bonus from bolstering, but once you actually get 4 pieces, or at least 2 pieces of freelancer gear, you'll notice that it has a set bonus, which is called Gilded Raiment on my mage. It'll be different on other classes. You're gonna want to go to equipment under accessories, and you can filter through and get your synergy crystals. And there's the ones for tier 1 like freelancer gear are gonna be the ones here, like the tier 1 raid 1 crystals. The dungeon ones don't kind of work any. Actually, it might. Was it? Oh, it is actually the first tier one. Sorry. For freelancer, it is the gilded. It is the blue crystal. So, depending on what spec you're running, or if you want to get multiple ones of these, the synergy crystal will give you a bonus if you have 2 or 4 pieces of your freelancer gear equipped. But you only want to really start focusing on this once you actually have 2 pieces bought. But I suggest, again, first get yourself the your seal equipped, and after that try to work on a trinket. If you can get a trinket from dungeons, they'll work too. If you can get one before, because it might take a while to get your freelancer your reputation up with the Carthan Ridge. After that, you might want to go for weapons first. I don't actually have my weapons bought yet. I did not do this in the right order because I stopped doing PvP. I didn't do the research that I should have. But I did, more recently do that research again. I might be wrong on a couple of these things, but this is my general understanding from what I've read on the forums and how people that I've talked to have said. And so you probably want to go with your weapons first after you've gotten your seal. And there's also this thing here. Once you start getting your pieces of your armor, you probably want to go with the cape first. Especially if you've been doing conquests and gather some marks, because the freelancer cape you get is fine. That's the one you're gonna get bolstered to anyway. But there is the new conquest capes that were added in that require 8,000 conquest marks and 180,000 favor. If you can save that up and get one of these, you pretty much skip up to Myrmidon level capes, because these capes here have the same stats as the Myrmidon shawl, except they have crit power versus the shawl for me having spell power. But they don't have a rank requirement, so you can skip up to a Myrmidon level cape by saving up your conquest marks and stuff. So I would suggest, if you're gonna get your pieces of gear first, to at least go for the cape if you're running conquest. But after that, it just comes to getting your freelancer gear and making sure it's runed, because the runes will affect your stats. Even if you're just dumping like crappier runes on the freelancer gear until you upgrade to warlord, and until you get your prestige up, that's fine. You can also throw some dream orbs on your helmet, shoulders, neck piece, and I believe range. Oh man, I can't remember exactly what the dream orbs go for. Oh no, cape. Sorry, I think cape, helmet, shoulders, and neck piece. And also another thing to note is that if you are starting to get favor capped, and you're still nowhere near your prestige level that you're going to need for your warlord stuff. Like for example, I'm only at rank 57, and until I hit rank 60 or rank 70, I should say, I'm not going to be upgrading any of these, because if I upgrade them, I won't be able to use them anymore. But I can buy the upgrade components before I hit rank 70. I just can't use them, I think. Yeah. So if you are getting favor capped and you're not rank 70 yet, what you can do is you can go into your upgrade parts and actually check. Alright, I have my chest piece here. It needs the large cell. I can buy the Warlord's Empowered large cell. Yeah, here. And I can buy it, especially if you're doing daily PvP rewards, because the daily PvP rewards will give you Warlord marks. So if you're getting Warlord marks and you have, you're getting near PvP cap, favor cap, you can actually buy these upgrade parts and just leave them in your bags or throw them in your bank. And then once you hit rank 70, upgrade you'll have a couple of them saved up, and you can upgrade your pieces of your armor like right then and there, which helps a lot. But I think that's it when it comes to gearing for PvP. Until you hit like the ranks you need, you're going to be stuck with freelancer for a long time. So making sure you get them when you do, and ruining them will give you a tiny bit of a stat boost. But yeah, when you're running in as a fresh 60 in full greens, and you see other people in full greens, know that they at least have freelancer gear level quality stuff. Alright. Thanks.